This is the pig showing pen. They show pigs here, but I guess because coronavirus, they cancel the events where they do it separately. What is that, Shem? Oh. Yep, he needs that.
I think has a lot of red meat and cutability to him. Like I said, we could suck some of that fat off of him and keep him from wanting to paddle off of his front end because his front wheels are kind of starting to blow east and west on us. But a calf that he does some nice things and has a lot of red meat there, a nice second place. We round the class out with a young man that's done a tremendous job getting his cattle shown all day. Before we pick our champion senior showman, let's give these three really high-quality exhibitors a big round of applause. I'm not going to go through and talk about each one of them individually, but I think that there's one that I have in mind that just kind of does all of the right things, and every time I get to look at it,
While we make the selection for our overall champion showman, I just want to announce a couple thank yous.
think this one's best days are ahead of him. Right now, getting him out as a feeder calf, I think it's just to get this calf a little bit of show ring experience, and I think that's a good thing. But with that in mind, you're not going to be able to come out and win all the time. So with that being said, this calf's got a little more leg under him right now. He hasn't quite developed in his lower 1/3, and it gives up a little bit of depth of body and maybe some overall condition to that steer that won. But when the young lady gets out and set up, his running gear is extremely good. He's really long and extended throughout the front 1/3 of his body. He's elevated at the top side of his shoulder, and it gives you an ultra cool look from the side. One that, just like the one ahead of him, is going to mature into an awesome fat steer for the young lady down the road. Congratulations to both of you. To the calf that just kind of buckles up in his rear leg. He wants to snap that pastern and gets a little straight in his hock, and when you set it in motion, he just doesn't float across the ring like a calf of his size should, in my opinion. Now, when you get him stuffed, he's extremely stout and wide from behind, and with that, you usually give up some structure. But a calf that's got a lot of red meat, he's got a lot of muscle, he's big down through his top. I just like to tighten him up a little bit and fix his shoulder and fix his hock so that he can get out about the ring just a little better. But a really nice project for a young lady. He's going to have a pretty big loin eye when I think you open it up and get him on the rail. A calf that I think's got a high cutability considering that he's only in that 1,000-pound weight range. But I still think there's a lot of really good product there, which is why I think he needs to win the class. You get into the 1,100-pounder behind him, and I think he does a lot of the same things. Extremely high cutability on this calf. Really good through his underline. Really complete, really good at the ground. One that I think when you get in behind him, you could just stouten him up and give him a little more base width, as well as stouten him up in his pin set just to get him a little stouter from behind and stouter at the ground. But two really good cattle to go ahead and start the first part of the steer show. Congratulations.